This is it. We made it to the final 9 of the TruBank Des Moines Challenge presented by Discraft, part of the Disc Golf Pro Tour. I'm Erika Stinchcomb.
I'm Madison Walker. We are your 2 hot geese.
Honk. We are in our 3rd and final round out here at Pickard Park in pretty ideal conditions. We are watching just some really clean golf from our lead card ladies. Kristin Tattar not letting up. She's 4 down and has a 5-stroke lead over Eveliina Salonen. Paige Pierce and Macie Velediaz tied for 3rd, trying to reel in the leaders, but only 9 holes to go. I think the back 9 plays a little bit harder, a little bit more woods and
A lot more OB.
a lot more OB.
A lot tighter OB.
Hole 10, this par 5 is 844 feet. Well, not very many people are taking the drone flight through the middle. You're throwing hyzer usually out to the right side. You see the OB stake line next to the tall grass, both right and left side. Ideally, second shot landing kind of where this big tree is. And then third shot, if you're feeling risky, usually a forehand or a backhand turnover into the green here. You see how tight the out of bounds wraps all the way around. There's that out of bounds creek right before. It's so, you have to be in a pretty ideal spot to want to go for birdie. Par is fine on this one. I believe this is played as the hardest hole in the course 2 days in a row.
Yep, today it's the 2nd most difficult hole in the course. I think it kind of ties with hole 18.
Yeah. Oh, huge shot from Paige. Throwing
Yeah.
Zeus
That's
high
going
and
to make
wide.
the hole a lot easier.
Wow. So much forward momentum for throwing it so high. May see a little bit lower line. That's kind of more of what you see commonly.
Kristin putting it out a little wider than she did yesterday.
Oh, no.
Oh.
It's the one branch you can't hit. Really bad break, though. OB early. That's... Oof. That's me really... I guess saving par is technically possible.
She's like, that's okay for my one mistake of the day.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
kidding.
if you're going to make a mistake, I don't know. This hole's kind of acceptable. Eveliina skipping right past that big V tree.
Yeah, I love seeing the inside gap. Sometimes you're just not feeling the hyzer at out of bounds. Kristin going for big distance on the second
that's
shot.
Huge.
Getting down to that big tree, maybe a little bit on the right side. She should still have a sidearm opportunity.
Yeah, we saw her go for it on day 1 from over there, but a little bit farther down. Eveliina going huge, getting just past that tree. She's in probably a slightly better spot than Kristin.
Getting just around that tree, getting in the wide open for her third shot.
Wow, Paige almost at the top of the hill already. Believe that is a Raptor in her hand. Stable fairway. She's going out and around. This landing zone can be touchy.
Man, gets tangled up in the very outside tree branches
Yeah,
and unfortunately knocks down.
She's still not in a bad spot. I mean, that's a touchy second shot.
Kristin going super low here.
Going for it. Get up.
Oh my
Boy.
gosh.
She's like 2 inches from perfect on the hole. She misses the branch, great. She gets a bounce there, great.
Yeah, it's so close. I feel this course is like that. It makes you feel like you're playing good is not good enough.
Macie looking pretty good there. Her forehand shot with an enforcer. Really comfortable with those higher speed discs on those forehand lines. Uh-oh. Paige going for the backhand, throwing it way too straight. That's definitely out of bounds.
She'll take it on this side of the creek. Eveliina going with a super powerful sidearm.
Thunderbird parked. Paige trying to save par with the OB.
Ooh, what a good bid. Kristin with
Dub.
2 out of bounds strokes, but able to save a bogey here. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been because, yep, yeah, it's a double bogey. Dang. To be able to save a bogey with 2 OBs just shows how much distance she got on her shots.
Really nice birdie from Macie after 3 solid shots. Oops.
Eveliina gonna take the par with that missed putt. And Kristin with the double. She still got a 3-stroke lead.
Even though this played as the second most difficult hole of the day, still 20% of the field got birdies.
Wow.
It's huge.
That's cool.
Yeah. Hole 11, one of the tightest gaps you have to hit furthest away from the tee, 453 feet. Plays a little bit longer because of this gap that you have to get through and because how treacherous it can be. If you're pinched off to the left, it pretty much takes away your ability to get the birdie. You can also roll out of bounds or get tangled up on the right-hand side and not have much to work with. There is out of bounds. Oh, wait, there's no out of bounds on this hole.
Oh, yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, sometimes there's out of bounds kind of sneaky in the woods on the side, but none here. It's just really thick,
Just
rough.
don't go in there.
Yeah, the further you get, obviously, the shorter your approach is. And it's nice to have a short approach because this basket is pretty precariously perched on a downhill sloping green with potential for huge rollaways.
Macie's going to be on that right side, but still has a chance to birdie. That's not bad either, honestly.
Yeah, it's far enough down that it's okay that it's in the woods line.
Mm-hmm. Definitely see a lot of different strategies on this hole. Paige going buzz. That's a really pretty line.
Yeah, that's
Love
great.
that.
That's really trusting the disc, too, putting it up high.
Yeah, good play.
Kristin just throwing low and straight with a, I believe, a claymore. Actually, that might have been a harp.
Man, the way that she throws those discs, it makes it look like a higher speed driver.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, it's happened a couple of times.
Yeah,
today.
I would have guessed that was like a, I don't know, Grace or something.
Macie, kind of an awkward patent pending stance. That's kind of a common error you see when you're in that stance is to overcommit and pull it to the right. She'll be in the woods line looking at a par. Paige stands still, floaty backhand. What a great shot.
Eveliina has a little room to swing and throws it into the bullseye for her birdie.
Macie.
Wow, drawing medal.
Wow.
With the sidearm.
That looked like a great run. I mean, I guess there's the rollaway potential, but, you know, if you miss up high, you're going uphill. You're not going to go too far past.
Kind of backboardy.
Cool shot.
Oh, hyzer putt right side somehow kind of flips out.
Eveliina correcting the putt and getting a really nice birdie there. Believe that gets her to 4 down on the round.
Paige with the birdie as well with the buzz off the tee. Love that play. Macie and Kristin, unfortunately, just settling for pars here. But that's okay. You got to take them where they come on this course.
Yeah, but Eveliina now only 2 strokes back.
From Kristin?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Hole 12, par 3, 260 downhill. Definitely plays a little bit longer. You see the 2 double mandatories right and left that you have to go through. You see a lot of sidearms or gentle turnover backhands. Aiming kind of right at these rocks is a good play. And just trying to skip into these wood chips. There is more out of bounds in the pit on the right. I don't know what to call it.
Yeah. The ditch, the pit.
It really only comes into play if you throw like a really overstable forehand on too much hyzer and it's early. There is a drop zone if you miss the mandatory, just basically right in between the mandatories. But that's what you got to do, right? Like,
Yeah.
just aim right at them. A lot of times you see it kind of skip over the rocks or just barely crest the rocks. Eveliina will have a putt anyway.
Paige throwing the backhand here. Missing the mando. Just barely to the left. She'll be forced to go to the drop zone at the top of the hill.
And that's pretty much a guaranteed bogey. That's not like some of the other drop zones we've seen where it's a long putt. That's a real approach shot. Macie with a good shot, trying to skip over the rocks.
It does, but it catches one of those little corner trees and drops back down.
That's another felon from Macie. Kristin with a St. Pro a little bit higher. That looks beautiful.
Perfect. In the bullseye. Absolutely parked.
Putting the pressure on. Definitely not a gimme bogey either, you know? You can mess this one up a little bit.
Yeah, especially when you don't throw a sidearm here because it's very easy to push deep and it can take away a lot of putting opportunities.
Eveliina, good run, a little short.
Her putting stroke is looking so good from far away, especially. Her circle 2 putts look awesome.
Macie for another birdie, just short.
Nice layup.
Paige coming back for her bogey really doesn't have anything.
Man.
Lays up for a double.
I know it can be brutal back there, but wow.
Yeah, man, like any of these holes out here can just take the wind right out of your sails, you know?
Yeah, it happens so fast. The rough is rough here at Pickard Park. It's not Iowa friendly. Or no, Iowa nice. Isn't that the phrase that you... I think that's how you describe people around here, Iowa nice.
I have heard that.
The rough is not Iowa nice. Let's look at the leaderboard. Everyone under par. Look at Conapana, 6 down through 17.
That's fire.
Yeah, everyone on the lead card staying almost a handful of strokes under par. Paige dropping back into that 5th place position, swapping with Kat Murch, who's shooting 4 down through 12. We have a Hot Goose continuing to hang on in the leaderboard.
Oh, shucks.
Hole 13, another very tight gap, very far away from the tee pad. This is the same tee pad as the MPO, and it plays as one of their most difficult holes as well. So this is a challenge. It's all about just getting through that gap and then working with what you have. You can get all the way down here and not have a putt because there's very perfectly placed fairway trees. This basket's also elevated, and the out of bounds comes very close to the right side of the green, inside of 20 feet.
I think this hole is like totally a sidearm. You know, you can, similar to the last one, like you can make a backhand work, but I think that's the safest play.
Yeah, it's a safe.
Safe is, I don't know what word to use.
Yeah, I mean, I
play
agree.
with like the least amount of possible errors.
Lowest risk, for sure. Not necessarily this play though, because if you push too far straight, that corner is so brutal. But if you have perfect touch like Eveliina, it lands in the middle of the fairway.
Yeah, the backhand's just high risk.
It just has
low reward.
It has to break at the perfect time.
Yeah.
Like a kind of a late turn, soft break.
Kind of like this.
Yeah, that's a great looking shot from Macie. This plate is the 3rd most difficult hole, and it's one of the top 5 all day. All weekend.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah.
These 3 ladies are putting on like a sidearm clinic, and then it's interesting to see Paige bring in the backhand putter game as a contrast.
And outdrive everybody.
Yep.
So good. Yeah, this is a great backhand putter shot if you have that type of power
Yeah.
On your putter, which not a lot of players do.
Yeah.
Only one competitor parking this hole, one competitor getting into circle 1 on this hole, and only 2 birdies.
Oh, come on, guys.
I know. Come on, Macie.
He just says, "Come on, guys." Oh
Like,
man,
no one ran it.
That's hilarious. It's so risky. You see
I
that
know.
OB stake though, right behind it? Like, look, she's OB.
Oh. That she owns it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, Paige. That is great. And makes the
Oh, what a good
comebacker.
comebacker. Some good back and forth there
Love that.
between the card.
Emily Beach and Deanne Carey were the only birdies on the day.
Yeah, Emily Beach got to, I think it was just outside the circle.
She has lefty
and made a
power.
putt. Yeah.
Deanne, I'm guessing through a backhand, right? Or does
Yeah.
she have that kind of sidearm? Yeah.
I bet backhand.
That's great. One of those putts had probably Deanne was outside the circle as well. She's running them.
Let me into my zone. Please don't let me into my zone. 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 Please don't let me in. Please don't let me into my zone. I just need some time of my own. All these people trying to get a conversation. You can conversate to that tone. My God up on that throne, yeah. So I'm never alone, yeah. Ballin' can't beat me up 'cause I'm back in my zone now.
If disc golf is your game, make Gotta Throw your Disc Golf Warehouse. With a huge selection of discs, bags, baskets, carts, shirts, and more. GottaGoThrow.com has all the tools to take your game to the next level. Shop online or our Golden Valley, Minnesota store. Free shipping with all online orders over $75. Online or in-store, get what you need for the game you love. GottaGoThrow.com, your disc golf warehouse. In the game since 1993.
Hole 14 is another par 4, 606 feet. It's really just a straight shot off a tee. You don't need a ton of distance, you just need to be in the center. Ideally somewhere around here. And then it's a very straight technical tunnel shot on the second to get a putt. If you are out of position, it's often you have to lay up short of that out of bounds creek or maybe just barely get over to make it an easy par. You see a lot of different strategies off the tee. You occasionally see the sidearm we're going to see from Kristin throwing out and around to the left.
Yeah, I'm surprised we don't see more of this play. I really like it.
It takes a lot of power.
It does.
I mean, I wonder if all three of our sidearm ladies on the card will do it though.
Yeah.
Because it really puts you into the center. The backhand tends to skip into the rough, just the way the ground is sloped.
Yeah, especially with Evelina's disc selection. Usually she is throwing something overstable, but is this her
Looks less
rock?
stable. Yeah, let me check.
If it is, I like that play a lot. Or
Thunderbird.
Thunderbird. Okay, that's really
up
nice
really
and
nice.
low, though.
Good control. And even that, she is probably just a hair left of where you'd like to be.
Macie pushing that right side, getting some nice flip up to flat and super glidey straight.
That's that Explorer we saw her
Wow.
throw on hole
That
8.
is so good.
I know, she's so far. That should be a pretty, hopefully, a pretty easy birdie. It's still like, it's not a gimme upshot. I think, I like to think of it as like like a professional separator upshot. Like a professional should be able to do it, but if you're an amateur, that's a freaking hard shot. You know?
100%.
Paige is way in here on the right.
I kind of know what's going to happen on this hole already. Usually I don't, and I really like what you just said.
Oh, God. Oh, boy. Some spoilers, maybe?
Paige pitching out, and she can still save the par from here, but this is a really tough shot. She's looking downhill, running downhill, and has that low ceiling and uphill green.
I'm going to push that passion. Ooh, I was going to say a little bit of a hyzer I think would be good, but...
Does that stay in the
she
flat?
drops safe, I think.
Yeah.
He seems not concerned about it. It must be safe.
Kristin lining up a sidearm to go sidearm here. Love this play.
Yep.
Looking for some big ground play, a big skip.
Yeah, that's a felon, so gets a ton of
Wow.
ground play.
So much power coming in.
So much spin.
It's like she knew that was going to happen.
Clean.
Eveliina gonna throw
I
a
like-
little bit of a flex.
Yeah, I like the commitment to the sidearm.
Oh no, just dead
Oh,
straight
cool.
and perfect.
Wow.
Wow.
I feel like you often
What
see
was that?
That was a Mako 3, which you don't see Eveliina throw a ton of
She
less
just-
stable stuff.
And she just put some pop on that.
Uh-huh.
For an understable disc, that was an amazing shot.
It really was. And I feel like you don't necessarily see the touch. Oh, boy.
And here's the professional.
Come on. Evelina's was really good, and Kristin's was really
No, I know. I just want to lovingly roast Macie forever.
Yeah, I mean, that was a bad shot.
Yeah. She told me about it. She was like, I threw the best drive you could ever have. And then I just whiffed the approach as bad as you could do it.
At least she gets up there for a par.
I think I'm going to go back and watch that Eveliina sidearm, Mako sidearm for like my
touchy.
sidearm clinic.
I also wanted to go back and talk about it more because
yes.
wow.
I want to go back and put it in slow-mo and just like learn. Yeah. Take it in. Osmosis.
Well, maybe it does work like that. I don't know.
I'm going to say it does. It's all about mental game, right? Mm-hmm. Great birdie from Kristin after a really impressive second shot, but obviously the fangirls in the booth are all for Eveliina's shot here and a tap-in birdie.
Yeah. Just wow.
Wow. Only 22% of the field with a birdie there. Hole 15, uphill, hyzer shot. Errors you can make here is going too far straight and pushing out of bounds deep, or hyzering out early and landing in the shoal on the left-hand side makes the rest of the hole a lot more difficult. This one's not quite reachable by most of the field, but I think our lead card could definitely get inside circle 2 or maybe even circle 1 for a birdie. But this green slopes downhill from right to left. It's really easy to trickle into the woods, or if you don't get enough hyzer on your disc, you can push out of bounds about halfway down the fairway trying to get too aggressive on your second shot. This plate is the third most difficult hole, and that's largely in part to what happens after this tee shot.
That's a great shot, but it's still probably 375 more treacherous feet for Kristin. Eveliina with the destroyer. It's a little inside.
Yeah, a little high.
But fine. She got through the tree. She's a little in the rough. Probably won't be able to attack from there, but hopefully an easy par. Macie also a little high and inside.
Oh, that
Hits
tree
one
just saved
tree.
her.
And the footing and the angle on the left side of that tree is not ideal.
Oh, really? It's bad over there?
It's just like you're never going to get there and you're looking uphill and it's totally blind and it tends to filter, I think, into the left shot. Or sorry, the left side rough.
Paige went out of bounds in a similar spot yesterday. Today, she checks up just before the OB line. Maybe gets a little tree love.
See what I'm talking about? Awkward run up.
And it's so
Totally,
uphill.
Yeah, totally blind too. So Macie, wow, what's in her hand here? She is throwing a Raider, which is like pretty aggressive, and honestly, that is an unbelievable result.
Yeah, I
that
like
was
the
so
play
good.
of like still trying to bite off a bunch, but just getting around the corner, not going huge.
I
but
think
big.
you see a lot of people land short of the corner and then are struggling on their third shot. Like that was unreal power.
Yeah, really using the hill to her advantage. Kristin attacking full on, riding the OB line,
Awesome.
and wow.
Starting to shut that door, you know?
If you're going to do it on this hole, like, whew, not a lot of people can keep up with that. Eveliina going to try, though.
Yeah, Eveliina definitely needing to attack and giving it a good effort. She lands in
Yeah.
a decent spot.
That was a great flex sidearm. Look, it was. I think if it had a little more time, it would have even finished.
Paige way down the fairway. Able to throw, I think that's a passion, filtering a little into that left side. You can see some really tricky putts from in there. You see a lot of the MPO field kind of filter into there on their second shots as well. Eveliina with great touch on her third shot.
Macie with a pretty straightforward chip up to the green. Oh, she's jump putting.
Same thing. Paige for a 3. Yeah, great run.
This played as the third most difficult hole on the day. Only 4 birdies. And we got to watch one.
Yeah, that was just stunning. Flawless.
Yeah, Kat Murch, Heidi Lane, and Hannah Blomroos getting the other birdies, and those are all big arms.
I see Eveliina giving Kristin some props. I love the sportsmanship in FPO.
Oh, yeah. It's truly a pleasure to play on the cards right now.
And that brings Kristin to a 4-stroke lead going into the final stretch here. 18 is still coming, but it's looking pretty good for Kristin. Hole 16 is a downhill par 3. 315 plays more like, I don't know, 250. I like the backhand kind of gentle hyzer, and you just let the hill do a lot of the work. You hit this main gap. You do, I think, have to, I don't want to say get lucky through these trees,
yes.
but maybe just a hint of that. And then also you see the right-hand side has some out of bounds towards the creek, and then it wraps all the way around the pin. So if you get all the way down there, you see a lot of them skip into the creek, and you get a chance at a par save, but there is a line, but there's going to be some luck involved. Common errors is probably the most common, a little bit too early, and then not really giving yourself a putt. But that's a better mistake than going too straight, because you'll find the out of bounds on the right.
I'll come in with the scathing commentary and just straight up call this a poke and hope.
Yeah.
I know
I wish there was like a step above that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
there's something in between.
There's gotta be.
But look at that. That was a great looking line from Eveliina, and she catches the one tree that's dead center.
Yeah, I think that's the only tree that makes it kind of a rough hole. And like
Well,
the
I
out of
watched
bounds
Stacey-
maybe could be casual. I don't know.
Yeah, I watched Stacey Haas today pure the gap, get past that tree, land, and then roll out of bounds. So it's
Yeah.
like, And then you watch people too shank it straight and kick left. I don't know. I'm not into it.
Now that was great.
Paige giving it some good width and getting all the way to the corner, just outside the circle.
And the best shots, you're kind of filtering through that last corner.
Just a bit, yeah. If you go too straight, you end up skipping long.
Yeah, the out of bounds comes within, 12 feet of the basket? 15
On the left
feet?
there, yeah. It wraps a little a little wider on the right.
All part of the plan.
Yep. Macie Walker, roller genius. Macie Velediaz, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Same person.
Yeah. She's married.
Kristin with a really great approach. This one's a little scary. You just have to come in nice and soft.
Like a whisper.
Yep.
This
Paige.
hole still averaged over par.
Huh. Only look at birdie on the card here.
Oh!
1 inch too high.
Love the bid, though.
Yeah, okay. This hole playing over par isn't a great endorsement for the hole.
Absolutely not.
I like it.
I think you're a rare ruby.
I also just played it well or got lucky, so who knows. But thank you.
Hole 17, similar length of hole, but I think this requires a much more highly skilled shot. It is a really tight gap though, and there are so many trees that you're just praying for a good kick here if you do catch one of them. It's uphill, it's 235, but it plays more like 280. The out of bounds, the rough on the right side is not out of bounds, but it is absolutely brutal. Kicking left is a little bit better. There's a few more lanes to work with. Kristin's done this forehand turnover every day, and it's been amazing every time.
It gets better and better too. I feel like the forehand does bring in that last little line of trees that's so hard to miss though.
But the rough is thinner as you get up closer to the basket. If you go in early, God,
Her smile.
the cheese.
Oh my god.
Back door?
I'm sure she's just happy not
That's a
to
putt.
have kicked right. And what even was that?
She found a way. Really
Macie
high
getting
skilled shot from Macie.
All the way through. I almost think this one is a little bit luckier. Unless you're Paige and you just pure it. That is the way to do it, folks.
That's great.
That's that one is such a highly skilled shot. Mm-hmm. Some of the other ones. Eveliina really showing us that kind of forehand and hyzer touch today.
I think it's because this one's not surrounded by OB that I don't mind it as bad. It's
fair
more
enough.
like you get the opportunity to scramble instead of just rolling out of bounds.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Macie
Macie
forced
not
to
left with anything.
just has to chip up from inside the circle. It's always a bummer.
I mean, she's lucky to be up there.
That is true.
Course gives and the course takes away. Paige with an absolutely pure shot on that one.
The old giveth and taketh. 20% of the field taking a birdie on this hole.
That's pretty good.
15% getting into circle 1. So some circle 2 putts out there.
finishing it off, probably the hardest hole of the day. It's a par 5, 905 feet. Plays a little bit harder. OB on the left-hand side the entire way. Your second shot, you're trying to get past this last bush we just flew over. I like the right side a little bit, trying not to mess with the left side as much. Power players are probably going to try to cut the corner and get up there for a birdie. But honestly, like a par is really good. And you can find a lot of trouble getting aggressive on this hole because you really have to push the left side, I think, to cut off some of the distance and bring in the out of bounds way more into play.
Yeah, we do have a shorter tee pad on this hole, but it still has played as the most difficult hole every single round. I think just where the fairway trees and bushes are right in the landing zone, so it makes you kind of have to take a weird zigzag approach to the hole.
Yeah, Paige going a little bit more left than you typically see. Kristin's line, I think, is, the more common route.
Yeah, Paige, she usually is trying to get aggressive on that second shot and go huge over the corner.
Yeah, I mean, she landed in a good spot to do that, absolutely.
But Kristin, yeah, she's always taken a little bit more conservative route on this hole until the last shot.
And I mean, she has 4 strokes to play with here. Eveliina, though, that was
smash.
Great destroyer shot.
It's very uphill. You can't quite tell from the camera angle, but it is steep uphill. The tee pad also is angled uphill, so it kind of takes some power off.
It does. Macie catching a little bit early. It still had a lot of life left in it. Died before its time.
Tragic.
This is a Raider trying to get around this main tree and this big bush right here. If you can get to the other side of it like this, she's going to be in a good spot. At least for par, anyway.
Yeah.
You have to get much more aggressive to get a birdie. Probably like this. Let's see if Paige can land safe. Probably riding the left side. Yep. Oh, just going all the way over it. Wow.
Big hyzer.
Wow.
So we know she... Ooh, I was going to say we know she crossed, but I don't know that.
I don't know anything. I mean, she'll get her progress forward, I guess, is what I know. But how far forward? Kristin with a grace, getting around that bush. Looking really clean. Looking like a wire-to-wire victory in the lead the whole weekend.
Eveliina taken to the sky.
I like this.
If
Just
it
needs to bite.
sits. Ooh, living on the edge.
Yeah. It's hard. It gets really narrow.
Oh, Paige did not cross on the other side.
No.
She did get to go up a little bit, so she's going to be big aggressive here if I had to guess.
Yeah, that's a surge. Definitely gets a nice turn on it. It just needs to fade now.
That'll be fine.
Work.
And I mean, she's trying to land in the smallest point of the fairway. It's such a
I mean, I'm sure she was
point.
trying to fade closer to the pin.
Yeah.
So here, I think Macie might show us kind of this narrow part of the fairway. Right about here. That was really well done. I think a sidearm's super smart to stay away from the out of bounds. Yeah, Kristin also going sidearm. Really good strategy. Beautiful.
Yeah, good shot, Kristin.
I mean, she's got a putt for birdie. She doesn't even need it. Pretty cool.
Eveliina putting on a very solid showing all weekend as well. Some good momentum to take going into Worlds. Very similar style golf we'll be playing in Emporia.
So this is going to be Kristin's 70th win in FPO. 5 Elite Series and 1 major win. Woo! Paige giving it a really good run there. And the 3rd win of her season, which I believe is the most she's ever won in a season.
Macie with a super solid showing this weekend as well.
I think only 4 other women have had 3 Elite Series wins.
In one season?
Since 2014. Thanks to our friends at Stat Mando for the super cool stats all weekend. Go check out their website, statmando.com, for disc golf statistics.
Isn't it only Paige and Katrina, really? With
Hokum
has 3 in one season.
Yeah, and Haley King does as well.
Really? Awesome. There were 3 birdies on hole 18. Heidi Lane, Hannah, and Rebecca Cox all getting birdies.
Paige coming back. Is this for a bogey at this point? She's throwing in for par?
Yes.
Well, way to save a bogey after going OB pretty early.
Thanks to the people of Indianola and Des Moines greater area for coming out and hanging out.
Macie with a great showing. It's going to secure her solo third, 4 down on the day. Eveliina, really strong finish, 5 down on the round, 2nd place overall. Kristin Tattar, your champion of the Des Moines Challenge.
Ladies and gentlemen, our 2022 TruBank Des Moines Challenge, presented by Discraft FBO champion, Kristin Tattar.
Joined here by Kristin Tattar, the champion of the Des Moines Challenge. Kristin, it's been a long week, a lot of confusing schedule changes. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling amazing. I'm really proud of myself that I pulled it off this time. Yeah.
Val Jenkins just today on the broadcast said that her payout for her 2016 World Championship was $5,000, and today, for a 3-round Elite Series, you're taking home $7,000. Can you just talk about how it feels being a part of a division that's growing so much financially, but also competitively?
It's incredible. Even during my own career, which has not been that long, I've seen the change, and it's incredible. I still find it very hard to wrap my head around it. I want to thank everybody who's put effort into this, and it's amazing.
Obviously, we have the World Championships coming up. You haven't finished any worse than 3rd place this year. Again, this is your 3rd Elite Series victory this season, so you're pretty much considered the favorite next week. With that said, how does it feel to play so well now going into that tournament?
Definitely a confidence booster, but previous victories don't matter anything. It's going to be a new tournament, new conditions, new challenge, so I try not to think about it.
And last question for you. Are you going to get straight to Emporia after today, or are you going to take a couple of days off to rest?
I'm going to head over there tomorrow. I'm still going to go watch Silver finish his round, and then we're just going to chill out here for the evening.
Well, fantastic week. Congratulations and good luck next week.
Thank you.
So impressive to see Kristin take down another big victory.
And the fact that she hasn't gotten worse than 3rd place, and this is her 14th podium finish in a row,
Is unbelievable.
Unreal.
And I mean, like she said, her career really hasn't been that long. She kind of came straight in and went straight to the top.
Yeah.
But again, FPO right now is so awesome. Everyone is so competitive. Take a look at this leaderboard.
Yeah, Kat Mertz jumping up to 4th place with a 3 under par, and Paige dropping back for a tie for 5th with Sarah Hokum, yours truly. And
Honk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And
really
Claire
cool.
Panis too, 6 down, hot round today.
It's so cool to see really anyone being able to take the cake any weekend.
Absolutely.
Love that. It pushes everyone to work hard, and we're watching FPO grow faster and bigger than ever. Thanks to the Disc Golf Pro Tour for putting extra cash in our wallets and letting us be able to come out comfortably on tour. Also, thanks to GK Pro for doing the FPO coverage, making us look super professional. Thank you guys for supporting the 2 Hot Geese. We appreciate you so much. Until the next week at the World Championships, thanks to our VIP members, I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 Hot Geese.
Honk.